Good morning, all you good people. Thanks very much for joining me again. Out on another walk. And if any of you saw the one I did recently in the rain up around Goyt Valley and all the low cloud, you may remember that there was a walk I was going to that I couldn't get to because there was a road closure. So I've headed back to that one again today. And it should be nice because it's right down to 0 degrees Celsius, nice and frosty, beautiful clear day, and yeah, there's a bit of a history along the way. We're currently just heading down into Lyme Park. I've parked up at Higher Disley, just in a little lay-by, which you'll be able to suss out from the route that I'll leave down below. And just heading down. I'll go through Lyme Park, past the cage, and through the grounds, out the back and up to Bowstones, and then hopefully, depending on time, across to what I think are called Black Rocks. They're not actually marked on the map, but I've always referred to it as Black Rocks, and then back down to the van to complete the loop. So yeah, it should be a nice one, so why not stick with me and see what we see along the way. So it's a walk of about 11 or 12 kilometres, so I might add a little bit more on actually for the way it's plotted, but I don't know, probably about 8 miles or something like that. And just as we come down, you get your first view of Bollinhurst Reservoir. Not 100% sure what the reservoir was built for, whether it was something to do with the hall or whether it's a feeder reservoir for the Macclesfield Canal, which is just a bit further down the valley. If anybody knows, welcome to let me know in the comments. Right, just left the reservoirs behind, and we're just heading down now through some woodland to pick up a path to the left, which will take us up across the ridge to Lyme Park Cage. I'll tell you a bit more about that when we get up there. Just ascending back up to the cage now, and over in that direction you can see the last remains of the snow that we had recently, just up on the edge of Kinder Scout and beyond. I'll just get the other camera out and see if I can show you a bit better. Okay, it's a little bit breezy. So I think it was originally built in 1580, and then it was demolished and rebuilt by a Peter Lee in I think 1737, and as you can see, it bears a passing resemblance to the Tower of London, where Peter Lee was incarcerated twice and released on charges of treason. So I think this was his way of giving a wry 2 fingers up to the establishment. Quite a decent story. And I think it was built as a hunting lodge and banqueting hall, but don't think it sees much use at all now. Nice monument though. Just be descending down and past Lyme Hall now, so it's probably going to get a little bit busy for a short way, but people flock to visit the hall, and it is a lovely building, so I'll show you a couple of views, but we'll be skirting past it and then heading up through the woods and out onto the moors and up to Bowstones. So the sun right in my eyes. Lyme Hall was built in the latter part of the 16th century and then modified in the 17th century. I think it's been used as a film set a few times as well, although I can't recall which films. Just climbing up through the plantation now, out to the back gate of the park, and then we come out onto open ground and climb up to Bowstones. Just leaving the woodland now and starting to climb up to Bowstones. Not a huge climb. You can already see it up there. And give you a look at the stones at the top. Too far from the top now. Fair bit of ice about, but not too difficult to avoid, and rather pretty to look at, to be honest. You can see all the meltwater flowing beneath it. Don't know, well, you can see that with the light, but that's the Bowstones. 2 shafts of late Saxon crosses, so supposedly from the 10th century, and the legend of why they're called the Bowstones is Robin Hood is reputed to have used the stones to sort of stretch his bow so that you could string it. So I'll leave you to decide whether it's true or not. Obviously I'm a great believer in the legend of Robin Hood. He does get about a bit though, doesn't he? One minute he's up in Yorkshire, next minute he's down in Nottinghamshire, and then straight after that he's in Derbyshire. And they all seem to claim him as their own. Look at the views from up here though. Right folks, onwards into the sun. We're just heading towards Spons Hill, although we're not going to go quite that far before we find a path to the left to take. Here we go, one path to the left. Look, leftover snowdrift. Frozen solid. So deep it was. Just coming down to a little minor road now. I think it's the road to Kettleshume, and there should be a track just almost directly opposite us as we come out, and we drop down there and we're looking for another path on our left from down there. Whew, that was a bit of a steep bit. Let's come out at Higher Cornfield Farm, and the footpath sign cuts back in that direction to the left. Just catch my breath and take that. Lots of redwings have arrived already, same as I saw on my walk near Froggatt Edge the other day. I've tried to catch a few of them, but see whether the footage comes out or not. Right, up there to our right you've got Whaley Moor, and then in front of us we're just coming out at what used to be I think the old Moorside Hotel and Restaurant. I'm not sure what it is now, if it's used at all, but our footpath should skirt round behind that, and then we take a right and climb up to Black Rocks. Alright, so it's actually a school now, but the footpath does go through the grounds, so if you just approach the school, and then you kind of cut through a playing field left in front of the school, so you pass the school. School's up on your right, and then you'll see the path leave at a little car park just at the top side of the school, so it's not too difficult to find your way. And then we're soon back out onto the countryside again, with black rocks looming up to the right. Going like a train. Quite a decent little climb up that, and it'd be quite boggy too if everything wasn't frozen solid, but not too far off now. Train. Oh. Won't be stopping for my lunch up here. It's absolutely freezing. There's nothing between us and the Irish Sea basically, so bitter wind is absolutely blasting in. So I hope you can hear some of this. Show you the view. See down to where we've got the van parked. Right then, brisk walk along the edge and then back down to the van. Right, not too far off the van now, just about maybe half a mile or something like that. My, it was bitter up there on the edge. Whew. I was thinking of having me lunch up there, but I thought better of it. But anyway, be about 9 miles or so, just a touch under by the time I get back to the van. And yeah, it's been a really nice walk. Thank you very much for joining me, if you've made it this far, and if you wouldn't mind doing me the favour of giving me a thumbs up, that would be much appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, maybe considering subscribing would also do me a great big favour. So anyway, I'll sign off here and wish you all the best, and see you very soon on the next video. Cheers folks, goodbye.